And then it gets worse in 14 to 16. God the Son, the Creator, systematically destroys the atmosphere. I mean, we already are having trouble with air pollution. You look at Beijing and New Delhi and all the different places where Bangkok, Bonnie and I were serving in Bangkok, you couldn't see across a 5-lane road, 2 lanes, a turn lane, and 2 lanes. You couldn't see the other side of the road. There was so much smoke and smog and stuff in Bangkok. I mean, we're not talking about China or India. Thailand. You couldn't see that far. It was just like brown fog. And everybody was wearing masks, and our eyes were watering. Can you imagine in the tribulation, that's how the whole world is? Here. It'll be in nice, breezy, fresh air Florida. It's going to be horrible. The earthquakes, smoke, fire, red tides, global warming, volcanoes, tsunamis, asteroids, comets, meteors, all of them. In this section from 14 to 16 are the environmental disasters. They're already here, but they ramp up and they get closer and bigger. And then, of course, you've all heard the ending of chapter 16 is Armageddon. Following that is chapter 17, God destroys all religions. Following that is chapter 18, God destroys the idolatry of materialism. You know what the curious thing during the tribulation? There's still a group of wealthy people that are enjoying all the luxuries of life. They are insulated. Well, we see that. Did you hear about Mr. Facebook? He built a $200 million bunker, was it $300 million, on Kauai. He lives in Kauai, has a square mile of the island of Kauai. Under it, he built this bunker. They said it's amazing. It has swimming pools, it has everything. It has an entertainment center, and he's ready for the end of the world. And he's not the only one. All the billionaires are building these bunkers to kind of make it through the bad times coming. And it appears they do in Revelation, but now in chapter 18, it all stops. The electricity goes off, the music stops, the food distribution system ends, it's over. And that's chapter 18. Well, that culminates with this. Here's how the tribulation ends. Boom. The Bible says in flaming fire, Jesus appears, taking vengeance on a world that's opposed to him, and it's the second coming of Christ, followed by his 1,000-year rule, followed by the great white throne judgment. So that event we read about, lost humanity has rejected their creator and redeemer, so Christ the King, that's the second coming, returns as judge. And for 1,000 years, he fulfills what 1/4 of the Old Testament is about. Did you know 1/4 of the Old Testament is about Jesus literally being king of the earth, literally bringing peace, harmony, clean air, pure water, the whole world. It's like the weeds go away, poisonous spiders, poisonous snakes, carnivorous animals, they all are gone. I mean, you can swim anywhere and no great white shark will get you in Australia or wherever you are. You understand what I mean? During the millennium, it goes back to like it was in the Garden of Eden, the whole world. It's the most amazing time, but God shows what he can do renewing the earth, but nearly all of humanity rebels. When I was younger than you are right now. In the 60s, when I was a little boy, the President of the United States, he was from Texas, his name was LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson. He started an American program. It was called the Great Society. That was his platform when he ran for president. Do you know what it was? It was a great idea. He said, I'm going into the center of all the cities. I'm going to go into the center of Los Angeles, in the center of Detroit, St. Louis, Philadelphia. We're going to knock down all the tenements and rundown houses. We're going to build all brand new buildings and apartments, and we're going to rehouse all the poor people downtown in these new places, and crime is going to stop, and all the murders are going to stop, and all the drug addiction is going to stop. And he proposed that, and he won the presidency with his Great Society platform, and they did it. They spent billions of dollars, plowed down the old stuff, built federally subsidized, beautiful, brand new housing. And guess what? Crime rate didn't change, murder rate didn't change, poverty rate didn't change. Why? A perfect environment doesn't produce perfect people. How do you get perfect people? By getting a new heart. See, that's the gospel. A new heart I'll give you, a new spirit I'll put within you. You can put a struggling person in a brand new house and they'll still be struggling. You understand what I mean? And that's what God does. He puts the whole world into a new house, a perfect earth. And guess what they do? They all, except for the saints who are gathered around Jerusalem, all the rest of the world rebels. And it says they come up like the sand of the sea to destroy Jerusalem, where Jesus is king, and the temple is, and where the saints live. And they come up and surround it, and God just says enough's enough, and it's over. That's chapter 20. We're going to cover that